Very good morning, dear students. Today we are going to start the last chapter of civics, that is law and social justice. So, children, if you just recall the story of a shirt that you have done in class 7, uh, what we saw there, we saw a chain of market. Fine. First of all, the producer was there of cotton, then the buyer of the shirt. There was a link between all of them. Buying and selling, it was taking place at every step in the chain, like from the farmer, the from the producer, the merchant was getting it, the trader was getting, then the trader was giving to the merchant was selling the cotton to the factory owner, and this way it was going on. Many of the people, they were directly or indirectly involved in the production of the shirt. Fine. Like the small farmers, they were producing the cotton, then the weavers, they were working as a worker for the garments, then the exporting factory was there. Then all of them children, they were facing exploitation, and they were in unfair situation, they were facing an unfair situation in the market. So market everywhere, it is exploitative for the people, whether they are the workers, whether they are the consumers, whether they are the producers. So children, to protect people from such kind of exploitation, the government makes certain laws. Fine, the laws are made. Now these laws, they try to ensure that the unfair practices should be checked out, should be kept at a minimum level in the market. Fine. So children, let us take a common market situation where the law is very important. How come? See, let us see the situation. See, this is the issue of workers wages. If you talk about workers wages, in that chapter also we have seen the workers were paid less as compared to the work they were doing. So this is the issue of the workers wages. Private companies, contractors, they, what they all were doing, they all were business persons. They all normally want to make as much profits as they can. Fine. In the drive of profits, they might deny workers their rights, and they are not paying them the wages. Like, if you just take example, fine, now if we say it's legal or illegal, wrong, or the workers, they are denied of their wages. Now, to ensure that the workers should not be underpaid, should be paid nicely, fairly, and there should be a minimum wage, a law for at least a minimum wage. Now a worker has to be paid not less than that the minimum wage by the employer. This minimum wages are revised upward for every few years. Like, if you talk about the mason, if you ask for the mason, if you want to build your house, now for per day, a mason is paid 700 rupees at present. 700 rupees per day. And if you talk about a laborer who's going to help him in his work, he will be paid 400 rupees per day. So this daily wage is revised after every few years. Fine. As with the law or minimum wages, which is meant to protect workers, children, there are also laws that protect the interest of producer and consumer in the market. So it's not that only law is there just to safeguard the interest of the laborer only, but it's for the producer, for the consumer as well. The laws are made for them as well. These help ensure that the relation between these three parties, that is the worker, the consumer, the producer, they are governed in the manner that none of them is being exploited. So just go through the table, children, and try to fill it up. Fine. Now, but merely, now it's, see, if a law is made, that's not enough, na. It should be, implemented as well. So this law is made, but it's very sure that it's very, very important to make sure that the law is implemented. This means that the law must be enforced. It should be put in force. Fine. Enforcement becomes even more important when the law seeks to protect the weak from the strong. Now, the law is made, it should be enforced too, and it is very important when it talks about the, it is made to protect the weaker section. Fine. For instance, children, to make sure that every worker get fair wages, the government has to regularly check up on the working sites, that whether they are paid nicely or not, and to just punish the people, those who are violating the laws. Fine. When workers are poor and powerless, the fear of losing future earnings and facing reprisals often forces them to accept low wages. Now what happens in India as well, if someone is asking for uh, 1000, the other is going to work for 700. Okay, I'll work for 7, because they are in a pressure of earning their daily bread and butter. Fine. They are, very much uh, tensed about their future earnings. So that's why sometimes even they accept to get the low wages as well. Fine. So children, see, employers know this. Now employers, they are knowing this very well, and they use this power to pay workers less than the fair wage. In such case, it is crucial that the laws should be enforced. The employer should be given certain minimum wages, that this minimum wage you should pay to the workers. Now, through making, enforcing, and upholding the laws, the government can control the activities of individuals or private companies so as to ensure social justice. So if this all will be, taken care of, so what it is going to promote, it is going to check out the social justice which is being done with the people or not. Many of these laws, children, they have their basis in the fundamental right which is guaranteed in the Indian Constitution. For example, right against exploitation. You have heard about this. What it says that no one can be forced to work for low wage or under any sort of bondage. Similarly, the Constitution also says that no child below the age of 14 years shall be employed to work in any factory, mines, engage in any other hazardous employment. Fine. So, this is what the Constitution says. How are these laws played out in practice? And to what extent do they address the concern of social justice? These are some questions that this chapter will now go on to explore. See, children, I have talked about children should not be, working, they should not, that child labor should not be there. But children, still, we can see child labor in our surroundings. So this is what we are going to study now, that these laws are saying something else, whether these laws are applied or not. So children, Bhopal gas tragedy, it was the world's worst industrial tragedy, and it took place in Bhopal 24 years ago. Fine, it's a very big tragedy. In 1984, it took place at 2 December, and lot of people they lost their lives. Fine, just because of some, the factory owners, they have not taken the some considerations, and because of that lot of people they lost their life. So please just go through it. Fine, in the next topic we will start, in the next module we will start with the next topic. Thank you and have a nice day.